Trina, and I'm from Maryland, and I would like to share a recipe with you. This is for a side dish to complement some meat that you're fixing for the night. You just need a little something extra. And I'm going to go over the ingredients with you first. Of course, we're going to need 1 whole brick of Philadelphia cream cheese, the regular. We're going to need a jar of fire-roasted red peppers, and you're going to take them out of the jar. You don't have to pat them dry or anything, that's okay, but you want them diced. You want a cup and a half of diced grape tomatoes. Now, if you don't see the grape ones, you can do cherry tomatoes, but I do not suggest you doing regular tomatoes. They're too juicy for what we want to do here. 1 large onion, diced. 7 pieces of bacon, cooked and broken up, like, you know, just crumble it up like you're going to, because we're going to use this for our topping. And then you're going to need 1 large head of cauliflower. If you can't find a really big one, then get 2 small ones. And you're going to cook that, and we've done that ahead of time. And you don't want it to go too much, because we're going to be cooking this again in the oven at 350, which we've already set. So let's get going. The first thing I need to do is I'm going to go back over to the stove with my onions, and I've left the remains of the bacon fat in here, and I'm going to light up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cook the onions till they're soft in the bacon. I would do this on medium-high so that it doesn't take too long. So we're going to let that start cooking. I'm going to keep my eye on it. But while that's cooking, I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to start mixing up the cauliflower. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put in the fire-roasted peppers. I'll set that back there. I'm going to also put in cream cheese. And this will melt a little faster since the cauliflower is warm. And I'm also going to put in a big pinch of salt and about 4 or 5 twists of the pepper. The onions over there sizzling in that bacon fat. I'm going to start stirring this. Of course, as I start adding the hot onions, we're also going to be cooking the tomatoes. This is going to start melting down and really blending very well together. When I remove the onions from the pan, I am not going to drain them on paper towels. I'm going to just take them in just like they are and add them to the cauliflower. Okay, probably just another minute or two. That'll let me stir up some more of this cauliflower and cream cheese. Get it more blended together. There we go. This is really, really good. I think you're going to like this. I think it will add to any type of meat you're serving. You could serve this with chicken or fish, beef, anything. It'll be a nice complimentary side dish. Okay, let me go over here. And this time I'm going to take my bowl with me so that I can add the onions directly from over there. And I'm not dripping across the room. Okay, a little stir. They look good to me. And now I'm going to add them to my bowl. So there we go. I'm going to run this over. Grab the tomatoes, because guess where they're going? They're going in that pan too. Hear that sizzle? And we're going to cook them. And they're almost getting ready to burn. And get that nice flavor in there. That won't take too long. The tomatoes we are going to drain. We're going to drain them on the paper towel for a little bit, and then we're going to add them directly in the bowl with the cauliflower. The reason we're going to drain them is because of the consistency that I want it to have when it comes out of the oven. Get that all stirred in there, and so you get soaking up all the good flavor from that pan. Stir in the onions. And as you can see, that's a lot easier to stir now with those nice hot onions in there. Get that going. I know you see that pretty bacon there, but that's for after it comes out of the oven for the top. But it will be going in. It's really starting to blend in there very nicely. we are going to cook this at 350 until it starts bubbling, like any other casserole would do. Once it starts bubbling, it's done. So, let's go ahead and check on these tomatoes. Yep, they're looking good. Looking good. I can just a few more minutes. We really want them done. I'll come back right over here. Alright, well this looks like I can't stir this up anymore. It's pretty well blended. I'm going to get those tomatoes in there. Let me set my dish up here for baking. I'll come back over to the stove. And these are ready to be removed. I'm going to remove them onto this paper towel. Let me cut my oven off. There we go. Now I'm going to get my bowl and bring it over here, because if I carry that paper towel over there and it splits from the moisture, I'm going to be upset. So I'm going to bring that right over here. And I'm going to carefully lift that and dump it on top. There we go. Alright, I'll go back over and stir this up. There we go. Get it really mixed in. It smells good. But you do want to bake it because it changes the consistency. And you'll see that when we plate it after it's done. So I'm going to go ahead and add this to my dish. It should fill it right up. Right up to the rim. And you can see already, I don't know if you can tell, but it's getting like, with the cream cheese and the cauliflower, it's almost like a ricotta look to it. Can you see it's starting to change? And it really changes once you start baking it. Let me get all that goodness. And did I tell you what this was called? Did I tell you it was creamy cauliflower surprise? I think so. Now you see why. It's quite a surprise. Alright, I'm going to pop this in the oven. And it's got to cook, it'll probably take about 30 minutes to start bubbling. So we're going to take a break while this cooks and we'll be right back. Okay. Welcome back. Well, since you've been gone, it is now baked till it was ready, and I discussed that before. And that's why I used the glass bowl, this glass casserole bowl, because I said you'll know it's done because it'll stop bubbling. And what you need to do is be able to see into the glass bowl that it's starting to bubble. And that's when you know, get it out of the oven. So I've taken it out of the oven after it started to boil, bubble, whatever you want to call it. I placed the bacon. Remember we had did some bacon and crumbled it up. That's now on the tops. For presentation, I've added little chives on top. Then I let it rest for 10 minutes so it sets. A good 10 minutes to let it set and rest. And while you were away also, somebody's kind of dibbled into there. And here's how I'd like to serve it. This is a ramekin, and I've placed a nice single serving in there. Made sure it had nice bacon. I've added a couple chives, which we grow out on the balcony out there. And that's just our little presentation. So I hope you will try this creamy cauliflower surprise. I think you'll really like it a lot. Now I know this is a rather large spoon, but I have to tell you, I'm going to use it anyway to taste. And I'm going to make sure I get a little bacon, a little of the pepper, and ooh, there's some tomato. There we go. It's so good, you would never know that was cauliflower, I'll tell you. It's really creamy, it's got that ricotta consistency, very good. Well, thanks for hanging out with me. See you next time.